Red Moon finally returns to the theaters. Yes, after a month of reviewing streaming and video-on-demand releases, we return to the theater for what has been marketed as the best film of the year. With the promise of such a massive release and truly artisan filmmaking, we ventured forth to the local cinema to bear witness to The Creator. Now, when having to choose between multiple releases, we have made poor judgment calls in the past. But surely, after laying eyes upon The Creator, all past sins would be absolved. Sadly, we were deceived by false promises. And The Creator, which was beaten by both Paw Patrol and Saw X at the box office, is rather underwhelming. Directed by Gareth Edwards, who has gained nerd cred by directing 2014's Godzilla and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, The Creator is an original film with a story by Gareth Edwards himself. In 2055, AI has become commonplace, controlling multiple aspects of life with AI-controlled robots called simulants, serving basically similar plot devices as replicants from Blade Runner. Because this movie is an original film. When an AI sets off a nuclear bomb in Los Angeles, America bans all AI and declares war on the simulants, similar to when AI sets off nukes and the world declares war against the Terminators in Terminator. Because this movie is an original film. Sadly though, unlike the evil AI in Terminator, the simulants are actually peaceful and just want to live and have the same rights as humanity. Enter Sergeant Joshua Taylor, played by John David Washington, who is undercover with a rebel AI sect in Southeast Asia, looking for the location of Nirmata, the chief creator of Asia's AI who the simulants worship as a god. Though soon Taylor's cover is blown, and someone dear to him killed, forcing Taylor to turn his back on the military, only to be pulled back in when a new AI weapon emerges that can stop America's greatest weapon against the AI, the Nomad, a giant space station that stays high in the sky, out of civilian reach, similar to the space station in Elysium. Because this is an original film. When Taylor discovers the weapon is an AI child, however, his perception about the simulants begins to change. The Creator paints itself as an existential sci-fi film exploring themes about life, humanity, and religion. And while each of these topics are broadly mentioned or referenced at a surface level, the film offers no insight or depth into any of these themes. The AI meant to be the underdog deserving of sympathy are never developed in a way that made me care whether they won or lost. The dialogue is poor and acting generic. In fact, most of the film feels fairly generic, with the majority of its ideas having been done better in other sci-fi movies, despite being an original film from Gareth Edwards. John David Washington as Joshua Taylor is bland and not particularly likable. Most character motivations in the film are shallow outside of the basic "I deserve to live" motif, with many decisions on film being irrational. The movie's biggest themes revolve around religion and what constitutes life, but it barely bothers to ask any questions about these while still expecting you to root for soulless robots. Both Christian and East Asian religious beliefs are shown, but are ultimately pointless as they don't really explore either, nor compare it to the AI other than wanting the audience at a surface level to accept them as not just sentient, but equal to humanity. To make such a case, you have to lend credibility to the idea they have a soul like people, but the movie never even attempts this. They don't try to examine religion or faith in any meaningful way, with the minimum attempts they do make to address faith being shallow and lending no weight to any of the themes, showcasing not only Edwards' lack of knowledge regarding real religious belief systems, but no critical or intellectual thought put into these themes whatsoever. The Creator is a film that wants to be so much more than it is. Marketed as the next profound AI sci-fi movie that raises questions about AI and humanity, it takes ideas made popular by writers such as Isaac Asimov, but doesn't have anything intelligent to add or say in regard to these ideas. Yeah, it has well done special effects, though the set pieces and AI designs also still reek of other better IP, and its cinematography is often gorgeous, something I feel all of Gareth Edwards' films do well. But ultimately, there's just no substance. I give The Creator 1.5 out of 4 stars.